Yo, welcome everyone. Today, I need to warn you about a major liquidity level. It's a resistance where Bitcoin could see a rejection and where most will unfortunately get trapped. Now first you are going to see, Bitcoin is for the past couple of hours seeing a very nice push toward the upside, almost a perfect bounce from the value area low, the last volume support level, after taking the liquidity exactly below the recent low. Additionally, on the push toward the upside, we hit our value area high, and this specific rejection that is right now also happened only after, surprisingly or maybe not, after Bitcoin took the liquidity above the recent high. That is why today I also want to share with you another very important liquidity level, not just below the recent lows, but also exactly above the recent highs. So if we are right now going to continue even higher, what is then going to be another major liquidity level we can notice on the 1 hour time frame? All of our recent lows and also all of our recent highs are acting as some very important liquidity levels simply because people are entering short or sell positions, setting stop losses exactly above the recent highs. So that is then going to mean if we do right now continue higher, not only we are going to stop out a lot of people right here, but also guess what? Majority is going to expect a major push towards the upside straight towards another all-time high, which could mean people are going to get trapped right here in a brand new long position. They can also get stopped out of their short position, and only then Bitcoin could see potentially a rejection back down. That is why today, yes, I'm going to also talk about another potential short or a sell position we can be paying attention to, but right now, for complete honesty, I am not holding any short positions at the moment. Bitcoin long position is still opened, Ethereum, I'm also in many different long positions on many different altcoins, and yes, ideally I still want higher. However, liquidity levels are usually the most important levels you should always be aware of. So what you're right now going to see, not only Bitcoin does have one high at this specific area at approximately 121,000 US dollars, but also slightly higher there is going to be another major liquidity level. So it right now means if we do see a push toward the upside, people are going to get stopped out. Probably a lot are also going to fire a long position, which means they are going to get trapped, but we are going to know Bitcoin hit a major and a very important liquidity level. But the thing is, we also overall speaking need to know Bitcoin is still moving in a significant uptrend. So technically speaking, we have quite a high probability of breaking our liquidity level towards the upside and actually going towards the all-time high. So that is why I am not going to preset any short positions at this specific area. We need to see some kind of a sign of weakness, and what is going to be a sign of weakness we need to talk about right now. It is simply going to be acceptance below the volume level. So I don't want to be super aggressive shorting knowing we are moving in a significant uptrend. That is why all we have to do right now is to go with the fixed range volume profile and measure the entire upper price action with volume. Of course, what we can then say, if Bitcoin does see right now a push towards the upside, grabs the liquidity above the recent high, and only then do see a rejection back down and be accepted below the value area high, bearish indication. Unfortunately, we are not shorting the exact high, but this is not the point. We are looking only for the highest probability trades. We are going to know, looking for a short position right here, stop loss above the high, looking for lower targets. That is also right now why I would really appreciate for you to be smashing up the like button, because today 1000 likes are really possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now also do share with you exactly what is happening in the order flow, because a lot of people are right now already firing brand new short positions. How do I know that? Look right now at the CVD indicator. Lower lows are being formed while Bitcoin is still forming some kind of higher lows, while the open interest indicator is seeing a push towards the upside. So what does it mean? Open interest is measuring if brand new money is coming or leaving the market. Clearly, brand new money is coming in the market because we are seeing a push towards the upside. The CVD indicator, on the other hand, is measuring if the money that is coming in the market is bullish or bearish. We are seeing a lower low, so it simply means people are shorting Bitcoin. However, we are still as of right now forming some kind of a higher low. So of course, because of that, technically speaking, it is going to be a bullish divergence and bullish Bitcoin indication because all of the selling pressure right here is getting absorbed. So that is why I would say if Bitcoin is right now going to see some kind of a bounce approximately where we are as of right now, for sure, we can be looking for our liquidity level to actually be hit. So the thing is, where we are as of right now, it is going to be some kind of a local area of support. When we go with our fixed range volume profile, once again, measuring the entire upper price section with volume, we need to pay attention to the point of control or the biggest volume cluster. Bitcoin is right now literally hitting this exact area. Additionally, usually, what is the most important Fibonacci ratio? We go from our swing low back towards our swing high. And you can also see golden Fibonacci ratio coming in approximately at the point of control. And additionally, if we go even one step further, what are usually also one of the most important levels you should always be aware of course, are going to be liquidity levels. So not only we have first low exactly at our golden Fibonacci ratio, but also just slightly lower another low for liquidity purposes. So when we right now know, okay, we are seeing bullish absorption in the CVD indicator, we are seeing a very nice level to be hit probably in the next couple of minutes, in the next couple of hours, potentially we could be expecting some kind of a bounce towards the upside in the next couple of hours right here. But the thing is, something very important I posted yesterday on Twitter right here, where I said, best long trades are always at the bottom of the range if we get there. So would I right now fire a high probability long or a buy position right here? To be honest, not really. I would really like to fire a long position exactly at the bottom of our bigger horizontal range. Why so? Because usually the best trades, the best risk to reward ratio trades are always going to be offered to us exactly at the bottom of our range. So that is why I am telling to you, sure, we can see push towards the upside, towards our liquidity level. If we do so, we might even flip in some kind of a short or a sell position. But if you're right now looking for only the best trades on the entire Bitcoin chart right here, I would simply fire a long position and wait for lower for approximately 114,000 US dollars. Once again, if we are going to get there. If we don't get there, unfortunately, you're going to miss out on the opportunity. But nevertheless, that is also one of the reasons why I still do remain and hold all of my other long or buy positions on many different altcoins. Additionally, I want to share with you another very important level that you can pay attention to on the 4-hourly and the 2-hourly time frame in a case Bitcoin is actually going to go towards the bottom of our range. So what we are right now going to do, connecting our higher lows with a diagonal area of support, you're actually going to see that this specific zone is coming in at approximately 115,000 US dollars, depends when Bitcoin can potentially see a push towards the downside. Additionally, we are going to go with our anchored VWAP and anchor it exactly at the start of this significant push towards the upside. So let me right now anchor it right here, where you can right now see the anchored VWAP is coming in exactly at the diagonal area of support. So once again, the best long positions are always offered to us exactly at the bottom of our range. Are we going to get there? Unfortunately, I don't know. But the thing is, you can set an alert exactly below our recent lows right here when Bitcoin is going to be trading potentially at the bottom of our range right here, and only then fire another long or a buy position. Or simply, if you're right now more interested trading more recent price action, yes, looking for a long position at the area of support, it still does make sense. Stop loss below the area of support right here, looking for a rotation back up towards our major liquidity level. But once again, everything in between is slightly more risky. The best trades are always offered to us exactly at the bottom of the range, and of course also at the top of the range. That is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus, no KYC and no VPN, with the second link down below, because Bitunix exchange is right now only after you register giving to you 10 USDT and then deposit on your account, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. Now, this specific campaign chain is right now valid for only the next 4 days, so make sure you take an advantage of the free bonuses, no KYC and no VPN, with the second link down below. Additionally, I want to talk about the importance of the 4-hourly exponential moving averages. What are you right now going to see when we talk about the dynamic support levels on the 4-hourly time frame? You can actually also see the 200 EMA on the 4-hourly is coming in almost exactly at the anchored VWAP. And of course, I am not talking about the random levels right here. You can also see, historically speaking, how nicely the 200 EMA has been respected, and also how nicely the anchored VWAP has also been respected. Perfect hit of the support level, and only then Bitcoin started moving impulsively towards the upside. So that is why I am telling to you, sure, if you want, you can also go with some more risky trades in between of our horizontal range, and maybe even the bottom of the range right here is not going to be hit. It is up to you how much risk are you willing to take. But the reality is, the best long trades are always offered to us at the bigger areas of support, at the bottom of our horizontal range, when maybe even the anchored VWAP, the EMA right here, and also the diagonal area of support are actually going to be hit. Now, additionally, one very important thing I need to show you on the daily time frame that is going to be confirmed only in the next few hours, and that is going to be a fresh daily high-term time frame area of resistance exactly at 120,000 US dollar area. Why is this going to be another important level? Because we can identify it on a very high term time frame on the daily time frame. And also what you're right now going to see. If Bitcoin does actually see right now another push towards the upside, we go towards our major liquidity level at approximately 121,000 US dollars right here, and then do see once again acceptance below the daily right there, it can already be some kind of a sign of weakness. So clearly right here, we are building a very simple and easy to follow plan. We know right now exactly what are the next levels we are going to pay attention to. We also know exactly what we want to see before we are going to fire a short or a sell position. Once again, if we do see a push towards the upside, acceptance below the daily, acceptance below the value area high, which is then going to be a bearish Bitcoin indication, then we can fire another short. However, if we are right now already going to see a push towards upside, we also know exactly where we are looking for another long or a buying position on the Bitcoin chart itself. Now, additionally, locally speaking, when you go with the RSI and also money flow indicator, you can actually see that, yes, we are forming some hidden bullish divergences. Lower lows are being formed on the money flow, lower lows are also being formed on the RSI indicator. So both of those indicators are actually agreeing that, yes, we are looking slightly more bullish, locally speaking. Additionally, as we said before, we are seeing some bullish divergences right here. But the thing is, if you're looking only for the best trades, unfortunately, you will still need to wait for the bottom of our range to be hit, maybe even in the next couple of days. That is why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free bonus with the second link down below, because only after you register, you're going to get a 10 USDT free bonus, and then deposit, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.